Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English on the Way, the fun and easy way to learn English. I'm Charles.
And I'm Rachel. Hi, everyone. We are so happy you are here with us today. This is a very special episode.
It is. It is a big topic, maybe a little serious, but very, very important.
Yes, exactly. But before we start, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. It really helps our channel grow.
And if you're new here, subscribe. We have new conversations every week to help you learn English step by step.
Okay, Charles, let's jump in. Today we are talking about emergencies.
Ooh, emergencies. That sounds scary, Rachel.
It can be, but being ready makes it less scary. Imagine you are in a different country. You are walking down the street and suddenly you see a medical crisis or an accident.
And your mind goes completely blank. That happens to many people.
It does. Even in our own language, we sometimes forget what to say when we are nervous. But in English, it feels even harder.
That is because we usually learn how to ask for a coffee or talk about our family. We don't often practice how to save a life.
Right. In an emergency, complex grammar doesn't save lives. Simple, precise communication does.
I love that. Simple is safe. Today, we're stripping away the fluff. No long sentences, no fancy words, just the exact words you need to stay calm and be heard when every second counts.
That is our goal. We want to move past the textbooks. We want to focus on essential verbs and urgent dialogues. This can transform chaos into productive communication.
Exactly, because what would you do if a life depended on your ability to speak English under pressure?
Most people focus on the wrong words. They try to be too polite. But today, we show you the shortcut to life-saving clarity.
I'm ready. Let's start with the first big idea: precision over grammar.
This is so important. When we are in a crisis, our bodies have a lot of high cortisol. That's a stress hormone. It makes our brains move fast, but it also makes us forget complex things.
Like the past perfect tense?
Yes, no one needs the past perfect when someone is choking.
Exactly. Why do complex sentence structures fail during these adrenaline spikes?
Because they take too much time to build in the brain. If I say, "Excuse me, sir, I was wondering if you could perhaps call for an ambulance because there is a gentleman who seems to be unwell," that is too long.
Way too long. By the time you finish that sentence, the ambulance could already be halfway there.
Exactly. So we shift our mindset. We stop being polite and we start being effective and direct.
I like that. Effective and direct. What is the formula for that?
We use the subject-verb-location formula. It is very simple.
Okay, give me an example.
Imagine a man faints in a park. You call for help. You say, "Man, fainted, Central Park."
Wow, that is only 3 words.
But those 3 words give the operator everything they need to start.
Man is the subject, fainted is the verb, Central Park is the location.
Exactly. No hello, no how are you, just the facts. This gets help moving immediately.
That feels very different from our usual conversations, Rachel. Usually we say, "Could you please help me?"
In an emergency, you can say help or call 911. It is okay to be loud and direct.
That makes sense. Now, let's talk about those critical verbs, the verbs that show immediate action.
Yes, there are a few verbs that everyone should know. They are like power words.
Like bleeding?
Yes, he is bleeding. That is a very important status update.
What about choking?
Oh, definitely. She is choking. This tells the people around you exactly what to do. They know the Heimlich maneuver might be needed.
And fainted. We used that one before. It means to lose consciousness.
Right. Another good one is allergic or allergy.
He has a nut allergy.
Perfect. And we use is and has for simple updates. He is awake. He has no pulse.
These are binary, yes or no, awake or not awake, pulse or no pulse.
Exactly. We eliminate filler words. We don't say, he is kind of looking a bit tired.
No, we say he is unconscious.
Yes, or just not awake. Simple words are better than big words if the big words make you stop and think.
I agree. Now, what about describing symptoms? This can be hard even in a normal doctor's visit.
It can, but in a crisis, we identify the vital signs of distress. We use simplified terms.
Like chest pain.
Yes, chest pain is a red flag. It is very urgent.
Or trouble breathing.
That is a great phrase. He has trouble breathing.
And what if the person is in pain? How do we say how much it hurts?
We use a scale. This is a great tip for any English learner. Use the scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, like at the hospital. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does it hurt?
Exactly. You can just say, pain is 8 or pain is 10.
Everyone understands numbers. 1 is a little, 10 is the worst.
It communicates the level of pain instantly. No struggle with adjectives like excruciating or mild.
Excruciating is a very hard word to say when you are panicking.
I can barely say it now, so just use 10.
Okay, so we have the verbs and the symptoms. Now let's talk about the phone call. In the U.S., we call 911. In other places, it might be 999 or 112.
Navigating that call is the most important part. And there's one golden rule: location first.
Why location first, Rachel?
Because sometimes phone calls cut out or the battery dies. If the dispatcher knows where you are, they can send help even if you stop talking.
That is so smart. So don't start with your name, start with the address.
Yes, I am at 42 Green Street. Then tell them the problem.
And what if the dispatcher asks a lot of questions? Sometimes they speak very fast.
They do. It is their job to be fast. But don't be afraid. If you don't understand, use our favorite phrase. Can you repeat that, please?
Or slowly, please.
Yes, remaining calm is key. They will ask for clarification. Don't feel bad if you have to say it 2 or 3 times.
Structured repetition is good. It helps the operator get the exact data points.
Exactly. They might ask, is he breathing? You say, yes, he is breathing. They ask, is he awake? You say, no, he is not awake.
It feels like a very fast interview.
It is, but you can do it. You know these words.
Now, what about the scene of the accident? Sometimes there are many people watching.
Yes, managing the scene until help arrives. This is where you use authoritative English.
That sounds powerful.
It is. You need to manage bystanders, people who are just looking.
What do we say to them?
We use short commands. Move back. Make space.
Call an ambulance if you haven't done it yet.
Yes, or you, help me. Point at someone. It is very effective.
It helps clear a path for the medics, too.
Exactly. And when the first responders arrive, the police or the medics, you need to give a handover report.
A handover? Like passing a ball?
Sort of. You are passing the information to them. We use a method called S-bar. but we can make it very simple for English learners.
How?
Situation, background, assessment, request. But for us, let's just say, what happened, who is it, and what did you do?
Okay, let's try a mini role play for a handover. I am the medic arriving. You are the person who helped.
Okay, take a deep breath. The man fell. He hit his head. He was unconscious for 2 minutes. He is awake now. I stayed with him.
Wow, that was perfect. It was clear, it had the time, and it had the status.
And notice, Charles, I didn't use any fancy grammar. Just, he fell, he hit, he is.
That is much better than trying to tell a long story about how you were walking to the store and saw him trip over a rock.
Exactly. The medics don't need to know about the rock or the store. They need to know about the head.
This is so empowering, Rachel. It changes the mindset from I need to be perfect to I need to be helpful.
That is the biggest takeaway for today. Communication is about the other person. It's not about your grade in an English class.
I agree. Mistakes are okay. If the medic understands head hurt, they can help. If you say nothing because you are afraid of a mistake, they can't help.
That is a deep thought. Being brave with your English can actually save a life.
It really can. You know, I once saw someone get a bad cut in a restaurant. I was so nervous to speak, but I just yelled, "Towels! We need towels!"
And did people bring them?
Yes, they didn't care that I didn't say, "Excuse me, would you mind bringing some napkins?" They just saw the blood and heard, "Towels!"
That is exactly it. You were effective. You were a hero.
Well, maybe a small hero, but it felt good to help.
Everyone listening can be a small hero too. It just takes a little bit of practice and a lot of heart.
That is so true. Learning English is a journey, and sometimes that journey takes us into difficult situations. But you are not alone.
We are learning together, step by step.
Okay, Rachel, let's do a quick review for our listeners. What are the top things to remember?
Okay, let's do a quick recap of the best tips.
Number 1,
Precision over grammar. Use the formula subject plus verb plus location. For example, woman, choking, restaurant.
Number 2,
Use power verbs. Bleeding, choking, fainted, allergic.
Number 3,
The pain scale. Use numbers 1 to 10 to describe how much something hurts.
Number 4,
Location first. When you call for help, tell them where you are before you tell them who you are.
and number 5,
Be direct with bystanders. Use commands like move back or help me.
fantastic. And the most important tip of all?
Be brave. Mistakes don't matter in an emergency. Only clarity matters.
I feel so much more confident now. I hope our listeners do too.
I hope so. Remember, everyone, you can do it. You are stronger than you think, and your English is a tool you can use to help the world.
That is a beautiful message, Rachel.
It really is. Don't give up. Keep practicing these simple phrases. Maybe write them down and keep them in your wallet.
That is a great idea. A little emergency card in English.
Yes, it might just be the most important thing you ever write in English.
Well, friends, we have covered a lot today. I had a wonderful time talking about this with you, Rachel.
Me too, Charles. It feels good to talk about things that really matter.
It does. And thank you to all our listeners for being part of the English on the Way team.
Yes, thank you. Tell us in the comments, what is one word from today that you think is the most important?
Or tell us, have you ever had to help someone in an emergency? We want to hear your stories.
We love reading your comments. It makes us so happy to see your progress.
Exactly. And remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet.
We have so many more fun and easy episodes coming your way.
Until next time, keep learning.
And stay safe. Believe in yourself. You've got this.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.